Welcome back to Gooner Fanzine TV. Lath has lost his voice, but we're still here with Dan to go through the player ratings. Dan, Brighton 2, Arsenal 1. Disappointing night.
Dreadful night.
There were a lot of positives at the beginning, but you've got the player rating, so let's see how the view for the press box was.
I don't know how many positives will be in here. So,
well, let's start with the back.
Well, there was a few positives. But Leno was one of them. I gave him an 8. He was my man of the match. I thought he made some superb saves again.
He did,
as he has done throughout the season, basically. And I put in my player ratings that he's my Arsenal player of the season so far. But there's not been a game where he's kind of let himself down or he's not been up to standard. He's been fantastic, and was the same again tonight. But you've got to feel sorry for him. He's got a back four in front of him who just can't defend.
We'd be on far worse than -2 goal difference. He has really saved us a hell of a lot. I mean, Sunday he made a massive difference as well.
Yeah, we did again tonight, and he has done throughout the season. So he gets an 8.
Tonight was a game of the two keepers. So right, going on to the defence, your favourite section.
Oh man. Okay, so the fullbacks aren't that bad. I gave Hector Bellerin a 6. I thought he got forward okay, battled hard, but caught our position a few times, but. Most fullbacks do when they get forward. Yeah, as you say, good to see him back in the team. Probably could have done more, but he was okay. Definitely was one of the better players on the night. So he got a 6.
Let's go to the other wing.
Then left back Klasnic. I thought he actually played quite well, to be honest. So I gave him a 7.
His speed is unbelievable for such a big lout. Yeah, he's incredible amount of speed.
Yeah, he drove forward really well, and defended when he had to, basically. Decent performance, I thought. So 7.
Yeah, I mean, he looks a lot more positive player recently than in previous games. So
I think part of that is he knows he's got a fight on his hands to get a starting spot. Obviously with Tierney,
true,
now back fit. So I think that's a big part of it. Yeah, he thought it was quite well. Did quite well tonight.
Then your centre back.
The centre
Let's start with your favourite ones.
Well,
let's start with David Luiz.
David Luiz, I gave a 3. Do you know what?
It's higher than I thought you'd give him.
I'm absolutely sick and tired of him. I can't take much more. He looks absolutely hopeless. There was so many times that Brighton were running at him and he just backed off and he didn't go in for a challenge and they created a chance. You just can't do that. You've got to be proactive as a centre-half. You've got to communicate with the other centre-half and say, you drop deep and I'll go, or vice versa. He should have done so much better for the winner as well. It was literally the simplest.
To be onside.
Obviously for the goal he should have been onside, as should every Arsenal player in that situation. But the one that Brighton scored, the winner, it was the simplest thing. Mopé just took one step away and had so much time and space, and Luiz just stood there.
He was floating in the air for the longest time.
He's honestly,
couldn't believe it.
Honestly, I've tweeted this out and I said, why panic buy a centre back like David Luiz?
Yeah,
when you panic buy, you normally buy a player who you've got no idea about and might be good or might be bad. They've panic bought a centre back who is so error prone that he's not even worth having. He shouldn't start for me. He shouldn't be in the squad. He's honestly dreadful.
Chelsea sold him twice. Says a lot.
Well, exactly. For £8 million the second time out, he's honestly awful. He's terrible. If a player does well, I'll say they do well, but I just can't with him. I've not seen one good performance.
Well, Lath and I were sitting next to each other watching the game, and there were so many points where David Luiz didn't really go for the tackle. He kind of just went up behind the player and just pushed him.
I'm exasperated with him, Serge. I've lost the will to live with him. He's dreadful. He's terrible, and I can't take much more.
If this is dreadful, terrible, how are we going to talk about Socrates?
Well, I actually thought he was probably better than Luiz, which says it all. I gave him I say better. I gave him a 3.5.
Oh, like half a point makes a massive difference.
Well, he just got to do more. As an experienced player, he's just got to do more, hasn't he? It's just not good enough. I don't know what else to say about him. It's just so poor. Just both of them, just dreadful.
Yeah, they seem pretty haphazard when it came to that header.
Yeah, they just back off and no one takes responsibility for what should be, someone going and defending.
There was a real lack of communication between them as well. It seemed like they didn't know what they were up to.
When Rob Holding's fit, it's got to be him and Callum Chambers starting for me. At least they're proactive in their defending and they'll go and press people and work hard, and they won't be so prone to mistakes that you see one happen every game. I can't remember a game this season where I've not written about either David Luiz or Socrates making a mistake that's led to a goal.
Defensive frailties have been a massive hill, but not just this season. For 10 years, they've been a problem. So
well, I know it seems kind of systemic, doesn't it? It's not. Can't really blame it on Emre or Freddie Ljungberg. It just seems, it's a problem that runs through the club and it's not going to change. I don't know why.
We've got half a managerial bit of the attack in the midfield. We kind of forgot the defensive chapters. Yeah. But let's move on to the DMs.
Right, so Granit Xhaka and Lucas Torreira, basically they both did the same thing for me. Gave them a 5, thought they battled well, but they got caught out of position too many times. I don't know why Torreira was pushed on more than Xhaka was. It didn't make sense to me. But they've got to do more to help out the back four. Someone's got to provide a shield. So they both got 5, and they're both equally as poor as each other, basically.
Xhaka seemed a bit more consistent in the past 2 games compared to his previous run.
Not consistent compared to what?
To his previous runs.
He's never put in a standout performance to me ever in an Arsenal shirt, and he's been here four and a bit years now. So it's not good enough.
But Torreira did look like he was running around the pitch and putting a lot of pressure on the players. He was really good in the pressuring department.
Well, yeah, I've maybe been a bit harsh on Torreira, but he just has to do more defensively for me.
So I thought Torreira would be more of like a 6.5 comparatively, because he looked a very strong player. He was everywhere at one point.
Yeah, but he's got to have someone alongside him helping him, hasn't he?
Very true.
I thought Guendouzi earned. Has probably been given a rest that he needed.
Yeah, because he has played pretty much every game.
There's got to be another player in there who's got enough legs to help Torreira, basically, because he can't do it all on his own. It's just got to be better in the middle of the park, because that's obviously there's defensive issues, but it stems from not having enough cover and protection in front of him.
That's what they said in the programme today. Freddie was talking about issues with transition.
They were there again, weren't they?
They're the key transition areas are the two DMs going from the defensive to the midfield. So that's really problematic, the fact that they were still there today, invisible.
Yeah.
But a player that was more visible today is Mesut Ozil. What did you give Ozil?
Gave him a 5.
Fair enough.
It just didn't do enough.
But he did far more this game than I've seen him do in a very long time.
He just didn't do enough. What was there one moment where you thought, Mesut Ozil's done something really positive there? He just drifted through the game. Yes, he's out of position, and he probably was a bit better when he moved centrally after the break. It's just not good enough. Yeah, it's just not good enough.
Playing on the left doesn't suit him really, does it, comparatively to playing in the middle?
No, they lack. We'll come on to Pepe, but when he came on, I thought Arsenal improved so much more because they've got someone who's going to run at players and be direct and brings you natural width.
So, moving further up the field, who you got next?
We'll go for Aubameyang next. I gave him a 5. Just given so little service out on the right-hand side, it's not his best position. He's got to be playing through the middle. They have to find a way to get him and Lacazette to play through the middle and work. Whether that be, just a basic 4-4-2.
There's no harm in it. It worked for many years.
Just play a basic 4-4-2 and just put 2 wingers who are going to give them service, basically. If it means sacrificing Mesut Ozil, so be it. They've got to do it for the better of the team. It's not about egos.
No, of course not. That's the one problem we need to resolve.
I gave him a 5, just not enough service, basically, and I've written that over the past few weeks.
And what about Lacazette? Because
we'll come on to Joe Willock first.
Okay.
Oh, man, do you know, I tweeted out before the game trying to defend him, and he just didn't do me any favours. I gave him a 3. I just thought, absolutely dreadful.
I think it was the
right
decision.
Just kept giving the ball away time and time again, and as you say, it was the right decision to hook him at half-time.
Definitely.
It was dreadful.
I mean, I feel sorry for the kid because he's so young, but that level of inexperience is really affecting his game. His positional play was quite poor, and his chasing wasn't great. And there was at one point where he tried to put the through ball to Aubameyang, and it was miles wrong. Aubameyang was trying to point to the right. There was a lot of frustration there between the two of them in terms of their link play.
He's got to be taken out of the firing line because, he was a real target for frustration tonight when he was on the pitch.
Which is,
he's young and he needs time away from the first team for me because it's not going to help him. There's so much talent in there, but with such a lack of confidence, he's not going to go anywhere if he keeps being played. Obviously, Freddie's got a lot of faith in him and he really helped him push on last year, but he has to just, take him out of the firing line or else things are going to go horribly wrong for him.
This is very true. I mean, he's given Guendouzi a rest. Maybe it's time he gives Willock a rest.
Just take him out. Not even give him a rest on the bench. Just take him out the first team completely. Just get him out of the firing line, pretty much. Just
let him reconsider.
He was, as I say, he was a real target for frustration tonight, and understandably because he was poor. He's a 19, 20-year-old kid. It's not going to help him.
No, this is very true. Well, let's move on to an older player in Lacazette.
I gave him a 7. I thought it was okay tonight.
It was a good goal as well.
Decent goal. Worked hard. Still looks a little bit rusty in front of goal, but it was better from him. So, 7.
Yeah. Because he did look a little bit more sort of up for the game today. He looked a little bit more speedy. Yeah. He was pressuring a lot more. I mean, there were the other times he was pressuring Matt Ryan and forcing them to make sort of long ball errors to the side was very impressive and was really helping, especially in the first 20 minutes of the first half. But let's move on to the subs then.
So Pepe, I gave a 7.5. I thought he was really good when he came on.
Yeah, he made a lot of difference.
He did, and he should have started for me. He was direct. He went at people. He caused problems. He has to start. We need a natural wide player of his ability who are just going to create chances and run at people.
Well,
basically, he has to start at West Ham on Monday for me.
Yeah, definitely.
He's done enough tonight to earn a starting place. Where he fits in, I don't know, but
I think that's the same problem that Emery had, was trying to find the right formation to fit the players we've got.
Well, the problem with the Arsenal squad is they're so top heavy.
Yeah.
And normally
top heavy is a good thing, but in this position it's not great.
I know, it's going to sound bizarre now. And it might sound just bizarre in general, but I think buying Aubameyang, as good as he's been, has really led to a bit of a problem because you've got too many attacking players to not fit into enough positions, basically. You've got two world-class strikers, but you can't seem to find a system where you can play both of them together.
At the same time. And it feels like a silly idea to have one on the bench and one playing.
Well, exactly. If you were to drop one, I'd probably drop Lacazette and play Aubameyang centrally, but it's still like they're your two best players, and you can't get them both in the team. It's bizarre.
Because even today, since Aubameyang started in the Premier League, he's still the top goal scorer since he started.
Yeah.
with 42 goals at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I say it sounds ridiculous.
Yeah.
But, you know, it has caused Arsenal problems in terms of who plays where and what formation you play. Hence why there are probably so many formational changes under Emery, because you've got 2 world-class strikers, and you say, where do I fit them in? Right. Well, it's just such a top-heavy team.
Well, let's go back to the back. The next one that came on was Tierney. How did you find Tierney?
Just gave him a 6. Just did all right, basically.
So a very sort of middle-of-the-road performance.
Well, yeah.
Because he was only on for about half an hour.
I thought it was a bit bizarre they brought him on.
Was it because, do you reckon Kolasinac must have had a slight knock or something? Or
I don't think so.
Or do you think he just wanted a bit more speed on that
I don't know why I brought him on, to be fair, but it was the wrong change for me. It should have been Nelson for me, but, you know.
And, well, the other attacking player he brought on was Martinelli. Martinelli, obviously, still showing a lot of sort of intention, good spirit, and a lot of speed. But
do you know what? I've worked out how it should be played at West Ham. I gave him a 6.5, and I thought he made a good impact after coming on. He obviously had that header that was brilliantly saved by Matt Ryan.
Very good save.
So I think at West Ham, they should go with Martinelli one side, Pepe on the other, Aubameyang down the middle.
And Lacazette just on the bench?
Just Lacazette on the bench. I mean, it sounds harsh, I know, scored tonight, but you've got to do things for the betterment of the team. It's not about egos.
That's something we desperately need at the moment.
Well, yeah, you need another performance. The way Ljungberg wants to play, he needs natural wide players with pace who are going to be direct. And in Martinelli and Pepe, you've got 2 players who will do that. You know,
that's true.
He's got to try it. Martinelli deserves a starting place. He's along with Leno and Aubameyang. He's been Arsenal's best player this season, but he's not got enough minutes in the league. He has to start in the league.
So yeah, strong words. But Freddie's first game in charge at home. What do you give Freddie?
It's 5.
5. So
5.
Middle of the road performance, but he's had less than a week. So.
Yeah, I thought he got his starting lineup a bit wrong, and probably one of the changes in Tierney a bit wrong. But other than that. And there could have been more work on the transitional defending, which he spoke about, and he said he would work on. It didn't look like there'd been any work on it to me.
Well, I think it's going to be a long time to steer the ship, isn't there?
Yeah, as I say, I feel so sorry for him. I don't know what can be expected of him in the short term. He's had not even a week now.
No, and he's had 2 games
with the team, and he's had 2. Yeah, he's such a busy run of fixtures. Probably the worst time to come into a team who need results.
Yeah.
Because you've got such a busy schedule.
We've got West Ham Monday, then we've got Liège on Thursday, then we've got City on Sunday.
Well, there
and
you
after
go.
that we've got Everton away again.
City on Sunday is going to be a bloodbath. Oh man, I don't even want to think about that, Serge.
Well, it's been 60 days since Arsenal's last victory, which was here against Bournemouth. You just heard Dan's rather scathing reviews of some of the players, but some positive lights to be seen there. And don't forget to tune in on Gooner Fanzine TV for our match reaction and for Dan's presser review. So see you next time.